Well, Baron has been saved. Fortunately. I know it's not Adair's son, but still. He has a connection to the young man's mother, and I suppose that Adair wanted to do the right thing. As tragic as it was that she passed on a few years ago, especially when she wasn't even old yet, just in her mid-years like Adair, it would have been much worse for her son to take his life over a cult that supports a god that is trying to end the world. You know, I really don't want the world to end, but if Aethys is not trying to end it, then why is he so cryptic about what he's up to? It's beautiful. That's all he has to say about it. I know what beautiful is. I have lived, died, and come back. Ending everything is not beautiful, if that is what he's trying to do. Beauty is the love that we hold for one another. To end all of that, that is the opposite of beauty. It's atrocious. It's sick. It means something is seriously wrong with Aethys. So, like I said, I don't want him to end the world, but if he is up to something else, then I cannot imagine what it is, or why it would alarm the gods so. If he wasn't trying to end the world, and really was trying to do something beautiful, then he should have just told me what it was. Being cryptic about it means that he doesn't want to reveal what it is because others probably wouldn't want it. So there you go, my bit of logic and reasoning as to the fact that I believe he wants to end the world. We are here back in Serpent's Crown at the palace. I believe this man had a bounty.
The eel roars with hunger.
He breathes.
Will you help Barati to calm it?
He breathes heavily and stares from under a furrowed brow. I've dealt with Drusilla.
With joy, not hunger, does the great eel lash its mighty tail. Dachila has sated the beast for now.
Barati passes me a pouch of coins and clasps my hand, hard. What bounties do you have available?
The jaws of Tangaloa gnash about a Rawatine captain named Ohiro.
Ohiro. Barati folds his arms and closes his eyes, exhaling sharply.
His cannon fire echoes in the ears of slumbering gods. The beast cries out for a more restful deadfire.
Take the bounty?
Akira, you chose wisely. Ohiro sails the junk Stone Anchor, south of the Kua-o-Rikuhu island chain due east of Nikitaka. The gods will thank you for quieter seas.
Junk, huh? Barati inclines his head and touches his brow. Farewell. Alright, was it the Queen wanted me to come and see her? I believe. Is that... She's sometimes upstairs, she's sometimes downstairs, I don't know. We'll see where she is. There's also a man I wanted to see that offered to teach me something here at the palace. And I believe he's right here.
Hail, and well met.
Hello again.
Well?
Can you teach me what you learned as a member of the Shield Bearers?
Well, you would need to become a shield bearer yourself to really learn it all. But I suppose I can teach you a thing or two as we stand here. The privilege will run you 3,000 copper, however.
And here you are.
My thanks.
He lays 2 heavy sandbags on my shoulders and runs me through a series of drills designed to increase my strength and agility while dressed in full plate mail. Confident I've learned enough to continue training on my own, he gives me a hearty clap on the shoulder and wishes me well on my journey. That helps with survival and athletics. A little bit tiring. He says just to keep it up, what he showed me. Okay, I don't need to see Prince Aruhi, so then let's go up to the top and see Queen Onekaza. I've spoken to her before up here. We had spent the night at the Wild Mare to heal my injury. It's a new day.
You return intact. Nagati is not always kind to those who travel upon her domain.
Onekaza touches her brow and nods.
A messenger from the jaws of Tangaloa speaks with the voice of wisdom and change, I say.
She raises her brows at me.
It is fitting that yours should be the voice that tells of Hasongo's fate. What did you see there?
Some Nāga occupied the colony after Aethys drained the Adra. I let them live.
The snakes are on edge. Where comes this new boldness?
Onekaza thumbs her chin and narrows her eyes.
Far be it for me to complain if they make trouble for outsiders.
There is weariness to her thoughts that she doesn't bother to hide.
What of Aethys? If you know why he terrorizes the Deadfire, speak on.
The queen nods. He makes for Magran's teeth, but I believe that is only a waypoint. Tapping her chin, Onekaza nods and weighs the matter. At length, her even expression spreads into a pleased and knowing smile.
If Aethys makes for Magran's teeth, I say the Rathun will grind him to dust for the praise of their warrior matron.
Her brow rises with interest. The Rathun.
Even if they fail, it will be an enemy cleared from my plate. This is the gratitude of Nagati, I say.
Who's the Rathun?
The fiery children of Magran, devoted to their mother with a fanatic zeal. Bothersome, but the least of my troubles now. From Port Mage to Hasongo to Magran's teeth, Aethys follows a rich vein of Adra. It takes him northeast to more interesting territory. In the deepest memory of the tribes, we have told stories of Magran's teeth. Embellished sailors' fables, Akira, but not without some truth. My people speak of treacherous seas, lakes of fire, and the ancient warriors hammered to life on Magran's anvil.
Onekaza props her chin on her fist and looks me up and down.
Ashen Maw is the grandest and most accessible of the peaks. It is the sharpest tooth in Magran's jaw. Prepare yourself for a fight.
Any chance of support ships to accompany the Defiant?
Akira, would that our resources were not so entangled in other parts.
Anything would help.
I cannot send ships to Magran's teeth any more than I would send paper dolls to a furnace.
You're just confirming my fears of what it's like. Not even just Magran's teeth, just to face Aethys at all. She arches her fingers together, staring intently at the point in space where they meet.
If you make preparations in Nekataka, I say we can help each other.
She sits up straighter and regards me with a level expression.
I must keep the city's peace, and I have only so many arms and eyes. While the Deadfire screams, I would see Nekataka outlast the storm to come.
What do you need from me?
What I need is a lasting peace that will outlive my dynasty. But I will accept peace of mind for now. What do you know of my water shapers, Herald of Bereth?
Onekaza leans forward and rests her chin on her fist. I know they gave Ralatai no end of trouble in their early advance.
Akira, if you recall history, then you know why I am protective over the guild.
It's a weapon. Yes.
My water shapers are the levy holding back Rawatai's advance. An adept standing at the prow of a war canoe is enough to send the fleet scrambling for the shallows.
She eases back, languid and satisfied.
Don't get too cozy, Highness. That false sense of security will get you into trouble.
Maya crosses her arms.
Akira, I would not want your employers to think me easy prey.
Onekaza purses her lips at Maya.
This reminds me. I owe the Hazanui a basket of koiki in remembrance of the Battle of Nakaro Atoll.
In 2758, Rawatai encroached on Huana lands and made an enemy of the Wahaki tribe. The bloody conflict came to a head at Nakaro Atoll, where Rawatai's warships decimated the tribal force. In the aftermath, the Huana Crown dispatched water shapers to sink Rawatai's most prized vessel, the Tenants of Iron, as a reprisal and as a demonstration of power. Onekaza, she snaps her fingers and nods to an attendant who scurries off. Poking the hornet's nest?
That is Aruihi's job, but Akira, there is a side of diplomacy which I enjoy.
Onekaza winks.
While the problems of Aethys and overindulgent admirals plague these waters, I have summoned the masters of water shaping to Nekataka.
Pit your strongest water wizards against their weight in iron and black powder, Highness. We can end this quickly.
Maya.
Akira, and how long will this contest last in open water?
Onekaza tuts at Maya before shifting her focus back to me.
Now would be the time to confer with Guildmaster Mairu, but she does not answer my summons.
Onekaza looks out on her city. Her hand squeezes down on the armrest. Do you think something is wrong?
It is too early to grow a forest from this coconut, but I would not dispatch you if I felt at ease.
Okay.
The guild can suffer no setbacks. If Mairu shirks her duties, her queen would know the reason.
She stares off into the distance and sighs, her gaze unfixed.
Nagati, do not abandon us now.
Onekaza turns her gaze back to me and flinches. This was not a thought she intended to share. Guildmaster Mairu. Let's go. The Water Shapers Guild is... Yeah, it's not here. It's in Pariki's Overlook. This woman here was giving out bounties. I remember that. Oh, hello.
Hello there! Come to have a word? I don't bite, I promise.
I find a young man with a long blonde hair drawn back in a simple club. His clothes are spare but well tailored, and his armor, a fine brigandine in blue and silver, is polished to a shine. He leans casually to one side, a clean hand on his hip, and sighs, bored. His eyes light up when he sees me.
Yes?
Tell me about yourself.
Gladly, my friend. Gladly. And how kind of you to ask.
He clears his throat with a theatrical wave of his hand.
I am the youngest son of a noble house. Now, don't make that face. Poor, desperate fool, you must be thinking. Well, waste not your sympathies on me. Truly, I consider it a boon rather than a punishment. All the comfort and none of the responsibility. What's not to like about that?
What are you doing in the Deadfire, then?
What else brings faraway travelers to the archipelago? Adventure. I've nursed a great love for heroic tales since my boyhood. As I was loafing about my father's estate, I thought, well, Gervard, isn't it time you made a name for yourself as well? So here I am. And though I dare say I'm little use in a fistfight, I can do a fair bit of magic and draw a lovely map. So I've taken to charting the interior wilderness of the Deadfire's larger islands.
Oh, interesting. That does sound dangerous in its own right.
Ah, but it's worth it for the stories I'll one day have to tell. But truly, if I could only inspire others as I myself have been inspired by those old tales, why, it would be marvelous. Anyway, enough of my prattling. Surely you've other things to do.
Can you teach me what you've learned in your adventures?
Oh, it would be my absolute pleasure. For a price, of course. 3,000 copper?
Over history and arcana. Here you are.
Very well.
He pockets the money with an easy smile. He pulls a collection of small maps from his pack and tells me the stories of the islands as he understands them. Who has lived there and for how long? What beasts haunt their shadowed glades? Then he takes out his grimoire and shares some unusual magical knowledge he's picked up in his travels. At last, he stuffs the maps away, closes his grimoire with a snap, and bids me farewell. Thank you very much for that. Alright, oh, there's a cat here.
On it.
We named her Prissy. Okay, let's go down.
Dried dung's good for starting fires.
Huh. Well, this has been an education.
She started off by saying, tell me something you've learned on the farm, Shoti. Now, I know that there was a person who gave us bounties. I thought we got them all, but there's three bounties for our ships, and I think 2 of them are very large, to the east, or southeast of Nekitaka. We'll have to think on that. I can't imagine taking out a junk, which is the largest ship sailing out there. Who was it? It was her.
What say? hunter.
Ningata winks and beckons me over. I'm still hunting Bana the Mystic.
You are a busy man, Akira. I understand this.
She touches my shoulder.
When you have a head to turn in, you will know where to bring it, I say.
Okay. Ah, yes, Bana. She's in the island southwest of Hasongo. Another time, perhaps. She's supposed to be a very tough adversary. Okay, so we've got a bunch of things to do here in Nekataka that I wasn't able to do before we set sail. But we do have to return Baron. So we'll have to set sail for Hasongo at some point. I guess when we're done and out. Right now, let's go to Pariki's Overlook. Okay, to the Water Shapers Guild we go. I haven't been to Pariki's Overlook in a while. Here it is.
Someone forgot to invite us to the party.
The Nāga. There's a dead Nāga. Nāga attacked here?
I've got it.
Well, I can't believe the Nāga came into the city like this. At least they killed some of them. I would have thought they would have killed all of them.
Will do.
There's
Go no further. There is a situation in the guild hall.
The Water Shaper glances over his shoulder, his chest rising and falling with deep breaths.
All is under control, I say. But the building is closed until Mairu cleans up the mess below.
He thumbs over to the blocked stairwell. Onekaza sent me to speak with Mairu. What is happening?
Nothing beyond the likes of us, I say.
Beyond the likes of us, his exhaustion breaks under a proud grin.
Nāga swam in from the waterways of our sanctum. We pressed back until they fled underground. Then Mairu gathered her forces for a stand at Pariki's tomb.
Oh,
I am to guard the staircase while she routs the last of them.
what was that?
Kira, but Mairu is fierce for her years.
He grimaces as another deep rumble shakes the earth under my feet. Why haven't you summoned help from the Queen?
We are water shapers. Onekaza knows we can walk over a few snakes. Mairu, though, I say she would not turn down reinforcements.
Oh. He eyes me up and down, nodding as the idea takes root. Why are they attacking the guild?
I do not know. With great purpose, they throw their bodies back to Rikuhu's bowels. I say this is personal. They strike with anger, not conviction.
He turns his arm and studies a shallow wound. What's causing those tremors?
Not snakes, I say.
Ikenu frowns, worrying the back of his head.
Unless they brought a battering ram.
Huh. Okay, I hope Mairu leaves something for me.
Ha! I say you will have to run fast. She could cut through Nāga like a harpoon through blubber. I will remain and dispatch any snakes who slither past you. Good hunting.
Ikenu nods and touches his brow. Okay, let's get down there. I don't know if it's the same Nāga that we found at Hasongo, but it seems a bit strange that they'd come to Nekataka, where there's more kith than anywhere else in the Deadfire, and fight one of the most powerful enemies that they can fight here. Something is definitely wrong.
We got trouble, folks.
There's a Nāga. Dead Wana.
Let's go!
Save your appetite for torture, my beloved. Her screams will not run out. There's more than two fighters that have come in. Ah, great. Why am I always caught in these situations?
Sure thing.
Nāga, you're sick.
That.
One of their warriors is down.
On your feet now.
That's what I get for rushing right in there. Who's going after their archer, though? Cute rash. Fun.
I've got it.
Okay. Well, this stuff actually turned out to be worth a fair bit.
I hear
From all
you.
those Nāga that we've killed. But they're really fighting, so I don't know what it is that they want here.
Oh, a curse on all snakes.
Mairu. Guildmaster Mairu. The Guildmaster lifts her gaze to meet mine, her eyes struggling to focus. She's been slashed and stabbed numerous times, and her robes are soaked red with blood.
Too many, even for me.
She sputters on a mouthful of blood, but still manages a red-rimmed smile. Onekaza sent me to find you, but I think you need a healer first.
No time for that, I say.
No, you have... We need a healer. You need a healer. She waves me off, grimacing.
The rod of the deep. Ugh, I've lost it. Taken. You'll need to...
Mairu coughs, spitting up blood. For every word she struggles to voice, her breath gets progressively shallower.
Find the rod. Get through the stone door by the entrance.
Stop exerting yourself or you'll bleed out.
Don't you think I know how much water I've lost?
She grimaces up at me, the color draining from her face.
Wards. Failing. Hurry, before it escapes.
Escape. What's going to escape? Mairu gives me a bleary look as her focus begins to slip away.
Pitied Isengati, Lady of Lament, as the pearl orb of the heavens.
She wheezes as she struggles to get the words out. It doesn't sound like she's even addressing me any longer. The Guildmaster's eyes glaze over and she falls silent. Well, maybe I can speak to her now.
The wheel, how it tugs at me. Akira, and how bright you look.
Mairu's attention snaps toward a distant speck of light, but she shakes it off to remain in the moment.
At least in death, I can complete a thought.
She grimaces down at her swiftly diminishing body.
My rod and the words of Pariki's devotion will open the way to the inner sanctum, past the sealed door.
Mairu closes her eyes and concentrates.
Pitied Isengati, Lady of Lament. As the pearl orb of the heavens crosses her view, her eyes well with tears, as constant as rain. But the moon's skyward journey continues apace, the lover's affection as ephemeral as fingers touching.
Mairu opens her eyes again. She nods as her form grows indistinct.
You must strengthen the wards, no matter what it tells you.
What is that supposed to mean? Her mouth moves again, emitting no sound. As she fades from sight, she raises her hand to point toward the entrance of the sanctum.
On it.
I think this is something where we could have really used Takehu. Exceptional scale armor. Interesting.
Will do.
This statue depicts an Amawa woman, her hand extended and grasping at the air. An eroded plaque sits by her feet. I've already looked at that. Okay. She pointed back towards the entrance, I assume. Yeah, Takehu is really missing here. to go back to the ship for that, though.
I've got it.
This stone door is sealed shut. A few engraved symbols stand out among the other carvings and inscriptions. Apart from that, I find no evident means of opening the way. Read the inscription. Wana runes decorate the stone entrance. Ngati would not have gifted her chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. His sanctum is a covenant of our making. Only the sigil of the covenant is the words of my devotion. Will open the way. Periki, master of the guild. Punch the door. Slam my fist against the door with all my might, bloodying my knuckles in the process. Someone chuckles. I aim a harsh look over my shoulder, and the laughter from my party abruptly goes quiet. I don't know if we're going to be able to open this up. I think we should go back to the ship and get to Kehu. I mean, we can look up above, see if there's any more Nāga. We can look down here to see if there's any more Nāga.
Got someone in my sight.
There's one. Okay, you want to take that? Adair? Hey, this time... Oh. Didn't see that. Okay. Where's your bird? I'm gonna go after the shaman. There's two over there, though.
Let's go.
Forget it. I'm gonna take the coral Nāga warrior.
Still got it.
Well, that's dead. Fireball, nice. Another one. That hurt him. There's a lot of lights here.
No one noticed it.
Take him down.
Nuh-uh, didn't work.
Work's cut out for us now.
Move. Move. Exit on us.
Okay, we're gonna have to rest. That's the second time I've gone down in 2 fights. Torque of intellect. Interesting. We have the rod that she was missing. Okay, let's explore the rest of this place. We really should have Takehu with us, but I didn't know we would run into this.